Hello everyone, I'm Gauri Yadav and I hope you all are doing well. So today's video is dedicated towards an IT scenario related to Linux. So let's have a look at the scenario. Scenario is accidental deletion of important file. In this scenario, a system operator accidentally deletes the critical files on a Linux server, leading to potential data loss and disruption. As the Linux administrator, you must explain the different types of files to your team. So, for this, I have prepared a detailed document, and here is the document. Types of files in Linux. So, what all is contained in this document? List of topics are: what is file? Second, common file types in Linux. Third, importance of each file type. Fourth, practical implementation. Fifth, summary. What is a file? Basically, a file is like a container in which we can store data, and that data can be of any format like text, program, configuration, images, binary data, anything. For more details, you can read the whole document. Common file types in Linux. As we all know that RHEL is very famous and a lot of people and companies use this to perform Linux, right? It has 8 different types of files. This is the file types that we have in RHEL and Linux. First, regular. Second, directory. Third, special. Fourth, link. Link is symbolic link. Named pipe. Socket. And special files are divided into two more files, that is called block and character. Now, let's quickly have a look at each file type. So, first is regular file. So, what is a regular file? Regular file is a very common type of file that can store data related to text, program, instruction, even your codes and all of that. And this file, that is regular file, it has a very fixed size as well. And when you look at the permission of these files, you have a dash. That dash represents that it's a regular file. But. So, to avoid all the confusion, like where is the dash, how to find that dash, we are going to perform practical implementation that how we can identify each file type that it is, oh, this type of file. Let's quickly have a look at that. So, how to identify that it's a regular file? It has 3 commands by which we can find out that, yeah, it is this type of file. First is LSL. Second is file name. And third is stat. Let me quickly log into my Linux server and so yeah. Hello. I have logged into my account now, Linux machine. So now let's have a look at how to identify that it's a regular file. So let's first create a file and then we'll look into that. So I'm creating a file, that file3.txt, enter, and I'm going to add some content to this file3.txt. So, hi, we are learning file type in Linux. Okay, now I'm gonna stop this. Okay, so how to see that it's a regular file? So, most easiest way is to do LSL. Here is my file 3. Can you have a look at this? File 3. And in permissions, you are saying, you can see a hyphen over here. This hyphen means that it's a regular file. Now let's have a look at our first command, that is file. How we can use file. So here is the command, here we are performing it. file3.txt. Enter. Okay, it is giving us output that file3.txt is present. And second, it's an ASCII value. So what do you mean by ASCII text? ASCII's full form is American Standard Code for Information Interchange. ASCII text means that this file, that is file 3.txt, it holds a textual content. That means it is a kind of content that is in human readable form. Okay, now let's have a look at the next command, that is stat file 3.txt. Okay, and here you can see it is giving us that it is a regular file. Basically, the more reliable command to identify which file type it is stat file. It is stat command. Why? Because it gives you a lot of detailed information, like on which device it has been made, what is the encode, how many links are there, what all the access this file have. It is created by, like, what is the UID, GID, and a lot of information like that. So if you want to learn detail, or if you want to like deep dive, like what kind of file it is and what all information it has, must use a stat. Okay, now let's have a look at what is the difference between stat command and a file command. We use two different commands, and let's identify like why these two are like different. If we had a file command already to identify what kind of file it is, then what was the need of the stat command? So let's understand the purpose of both of the commands. So purpose of stat command is to display the detailed information about the file or the file system that includes metadata. What is metadata? All of this content written over here, it is called metadata, the extra data about the thing you are trying to find. Okay, and file. File, on the other hand, it is just used to identify the type of file by analyzing the content that is written inside that file. It can be a text file, binary file, image, or any other type of file. In perspective of the kind of output two of the commands give. So first command is the stat command. Stat command, again, it is used for all the detailed and deep diving information. Output of that our file command, that is very focused and very concise and very crisp. Like if you just want to know that, okay, which kind of file it is ASCII text, okay, that means it is a regular file. You are done with that. Simple as that. Next, we have directory file. Directory file is also known as, in Linux, it is also known as folder. That means in a folder, you make different kind of files and you just store it in the directory, or it can have subdirectories as well. So how you will identify that it's a directory kind of file? Again, we are going to use the three commands. First is lsl, second is file, third is stat. So first, let's make a directory, and then we will look into how we can identify that it's a directory file. So I'm going to use the OG command, that is mkdir, that is test directory 1. Okay, it is created. Now let's check it by doing ls-l. Okay, I have created test dir 1. Here it is, test dir 1. So this test dir has starting with D. The same way our regular file has starting with hyphen, that means it was a regular file. This has starting with D, the permission starts with D, that means it's a directory file. Now let's have a look how to use the file command with this. File test dir 1. Hit enter. It has given that it's a directory file. Now let's use the stat command. Stat test dir 1. Hit enter. So it has provided us with the output that it is a directory. Right? Now let's have a look at a fourth method. This is an add-on method. Like if you want to use this, you can use this as well. So what do you mean by grep? Grep is basically, it is used to filter out the information. For example, I'm doing LSL. We know that LSL is used to display our files and directory with its permissions, right? And I'm using pipe. So what is pipe? pipe is used to connect. The way, for example, this is a pipe, this is part 1 and this is part 2, and I want to connect it together. So it is the pipe. So my first command that I want to perform is lsl. That means all the files with that permission should be shown or should be displayed to us. Now, second thing I want to add on is a grep means filter it out for me. What I need to filter is, see, grep D. This means all the file permissions that start with D should be displayed. So now here you can see it is highlighted, and our testdir1 is also highlighted and it's over here, right? Okay. Now we have special files. Special files, we have two kind of special files. First is block special file. Second is our character special file. So block special file is of fixed size, and character special file do not have any kind of fixed size. Okay, and it is basically what it is used for. It is basically used okay. So we were on special file. So what is a special file? There are two types of files. That is, one is block special file, second is character special file. In block special file, it specifies or it represents that data is transferred in big blocks. Big blocks means bytes of data is transferred in a go or in two goes, in that way. And it has like hard drives, SSDs, and partitions. And it mostly works with dev directory. Now, what is character special? Character special file, if it represents or displays that the data is transferred in character by character manner, and it communicates with devices such as printer, serial ports, input output devices, terminal in that format. Now let's have a look at the block file, that how to identify that it's a block file. So first command for that we have, it is file. We will first go to dev because all the thing is resided inside dev. Okay, now let's do file SDA. So what is SDA? SDA is SCSI drive A, that is for our SATA and ATA drive that we have in our system. Okay, we have got the output as block special, that it is SDA is block special, and 8/0. 8/0 means that all the major devices that are connected is 8 right now, and I don't have connected any like minor devices. So there is no minor device right now connected to my laptop. Okay. So we just had a look at it is a block special file and it has 8. 8 means major devices that are connected to my laptop, and I have 0 minor devices. Now we can again perform the lsl grep command with this ls-l pipe grep, and what is this block file now? So it is block file, so it is represented by B. Oh, sorry, I forgot to add space in here. That's why it's giving us error. Okay, now you can see over here, B, D, all these files are our block special files, and see disk, and everything in there. Okay, now let's look at character special files. So character special files means by which we can have like character to character transfer, and we can display it as well. We can display it as with the help of like version controlling that we have in Linux. So let's quickly display our files. with all the V asterisk. V asterisk means that all the files that start with V will be displayed. Okay, now here you can see VCS. VCS means version control system and it is a character special file. Okay, version control system, everything is transferred from character to character manner. Okay, that's it. And then we can also use ls-l and it would be displayed by C. Here it is. All the things that use or in which character to character data is transferred in our terminal or Linux machine, it is all displayed over here. Right? Now let's move on to named pipe. So what is named pipe? It is a very special kind of file in Linux. It is for inter-process communication. For example, what is inter-process communication? Inter-process communication means that, for example, if I have written this, so I have written what? LSL grep C. So now my terminal, my machine understood it and gave me output like this. This means the inter-process communication, the communication that is going on in background of this machine, this whole laptop and everything like that. So what is named pipe? We can create our own pipes. We can create our own manner in which we can preserve or we can add sequence-wise bytes, our data in a way of sequence. And it works in FIFO manner. For example, I have displayed LSL over here. So first of all, what LS will trigger? It will trigger the list. Then it will trigger L. L means what? Permissions. So first it created the list, then it created the permissions, and then it looked at, okay, pipe is there. That means they want more filtering out with this. Now they still grab, okay, so what do they want? So they want to display all the things that have C in their starting. Permission has C in their starting. So this is the way it works. Now let's have a look how we can make a pipe. So to make a pipe named pipe file, what you need to use is mkfifo. The way we create directory mkdir for named pipe, we use mkfifo. Mk means make and fifo means first in first out. Mkfifo, and let's create my pipe, maybe 4, hit enter. Okay, it is created. That means my pipe 5. Okay, and let's create again. It is done. Now we have created. Now how we will identify that it's a named file or like named pipe file? So simply we will use file and what is this? My pipe, pipes and string. That means it will display all the my pipe named files I have created. So I have created 3, that is 4, 5 and 6. It all is TCO and it is a named pipe. Okay, now let's have a look how we can like identify it in some another way. That is by doing lsl grep command. So pipe, it would be displayed by P. Here it is. See, this shows that this is our named file pipe. Next, we have symbolic link. What is symbolic link? Basically, we have directories. In Linux, we have directories inside directories, that is called subdirectories. So there can be 2 directories inside one directory. So we need to have a proper link to reach that file. Link means that, for example, I have created a directory and then another directory inside that directory. And then we have created file inside the directories. How we will find that? So let's quickly have a look at the method how we can find that. So file core. Let's understand it with the help of core. So that means my core, the core that is running inside this terminal, it is linked to this file. Means first there is a directory called proc and inside proc they have kcore directory. In that all the core elements related to this terminal is saved or this machine is saved. Now what else we can do is simple as this LSL thing. Okay, now we can see over here, for example, CD-ROM. Or for example, you can see core where core is saved, where my FD is saved. So it is saved first there is a proc, and then in that we created another self folder, and then in that we created another FD named new folder in this way, right? Now let's move on to socket. So basically socket is a type file in which information between applications and it enables the communication between two processes. Again, it is not inter-process communication. Inter-process communication is slight different between this, and we use what we call that the function socket function for system calls. We can identify it with the help of file socket sock. And next, our summary is with the help of this how we can identify. So if it's a regular file, you can create it with the help of tab, and it can be located in any directory or folder. It can be identified with the help of, if you are doing LSL, how it can be identified with the hyphen. And file command output, it can be PNG, image, data, ASCII text, anything. If it is a directory file, you can create it with the help of mkdir, and it is a directory. And how to identify it will be identified with the D that is present in front of the permission. Okay, same way for block file, it is present in fdisk, and it is like /dev uh, directory, and it will be identified by B, and it is called block special. Then same for character files, pipe, symbol link files. So we are done with the types of file in Linux. Thank you so much. And for more such kind of content, you can follow me on my YouTube, and you can follow me on my LinkedIn. And I would be providing this whole document on LinkedIn as well. So kindly check it out and let me know how you feel about this document. And if you have any queries, you can also add that in the comment section. Thank you so much. Bye bye.